If I said V-twin cruisers, Harley-Davidsons would come to mind. But what if I said a 300cc V-twin cruiser? Sounds a bit gimmicky, no? Well, that's because small capacity multi-cylinders aren't just rare, but also a luxury. And a sub 500cc V-twin cruiser, that's virtually unheard of. Well, until now. See, Keeway is here with an affordable luxury 300cc V-twin Sportster. And I know, there's a reason why I'm calling it a Sportster and not a cruiser, although it looks like one. But to know why, you've got to stick around till the end. This 300cc V-twin engine is definitely the centerpiece of this motorcycle and demands all your attention. Simply put, this motor is fun. The torque on this bike is fat and juicy and low-hanging, with the meat of it arriving below 6,000 RPM. So be it handling your city life or blasting down the highway at triple-digit speeds, this motor will not disappoint. But the torque flattens out rather quickly after 6,000 RPM, beyond which building power to its maximum threshold takes a little bit of time. Yes, this engine doesn't really complain as much, but it does feel a little stressed and leading to some buzzy foot pegs. The 6-speed gearbox is not the slickest and the clutch is heavy, which is a bit cumbersome in traffic, but the belt drive system is an experience which I enjoyed the most on this bike. With that mechanical slack from a conventional chain gone, the experience with a belt-driven rear wheel is so enjoyable. It all feels so crisp, no clanking, no lag. This genre of motorcycles that are cruisers, bobbers and sportsters, they aren't meant to be sport bike agile, but sporty enough so that you don't end up looking like an uncle with a midlife crisis on the road. That said, I wouldn't call this the sportiest despite that fun little engine that it has to work with, and that's down to this. The Tim Sim tires. These fat, thick wall tires help jack up the motorcycle's ground clearance to 158 mm while giving it a bad boy look. That said, it lacks the grip for anything too aggressive. Yes, the suspension does a fantastic job of keeping things in check and allows for spirited riding, but I'm pretty certain if you slap on stickier tires on this motorcycle, it would be a hell of a lot more exciting. The USD at the front is set just right, and that's despite the measly 120 mm of travel. The twin coils at the back, however, have just 42 mm of travel, and you quickly end up realizing why that's a little too less on our best quality roads. It's not jarring, but slowing down makes it less stressful on the lower back. In the saddle, there's a bigger problem, however, and it's the seat. I don't know what it is, the cushion, the seat pan design, tossy rear suspension, or a combination of all three, but my butt hurts. And that's why I feel the V302C is not a cruiser, but a sportster. Cruising long distances on that seat, it would be a punishment. In the city, things are a whole lot better because the Keeway V302C makes easy work of zigzagging through traffic. What helps even more is the low seat height and low curb weight, which helps simplify things even more. But where it struggles the most is U-turns. See, the steering lock on the Keeway is sport bike tight, which means tighter U-turns end up becoming a 3-point turn. The Keeway V302C is a pretty handsome motorcycle to look at, but somehow, somewhere, it's lacking that appeal. Neither is it all American, nor is it as sophisticated as you'd want from a motorcycle like this one. And once you're on it, everything feels a little too basic. Digital instrumentation, basic. USB charging, but no C-type, basic. Quality of plastics, basic. LED lighting, not basic. This is possibly the best headlight I've used off late, and visibility at night is stupendous. But we did encounter some glitches in the electronics which were both annoying and downright scary even. For instance, the right indicators were always on no matter what you did, and the only way to make it stop was to brake very hard. Do that a few times and the motorcycle would disengage the non-switchable ABS and lock up the wheels. But hey, the blinking stopped. Later the ABS would kick back in again, but so did the blinking. The brakes aren't the sharpest. They lack bite and you're left working the levers harder to anchor quicker. Needless to say, the ABS is only helpful when it's in the mood. Finally, there's a question of quality on the Keeway V302C. The fit and finish on the bike is pretty decent, but with barely 2000 kilometers of run-in on the Odo, there are signs of paint chipping around the rims of the mirror, ABS malfunction, and glitchy electricals.
Yeah, these niggles can be addressed and over a period of time fixed, but the real question here is, do you really want to park your money on the Keeway V302C right now? If I asked you to buy a Kawasaki Ninja 400 for 4.99 lakhs, which is a CKD model, you'd say, that's a bit too expensive. But if I had all the money in the world, why not? It's a Kawasaki. Alternatively, if I asked you to buy this, which is also a CKD, for 3.89 lakhs ex-showroom, you'd feel a little iffy about the deal. You'd want to know more about the brand, obviously. So the guys who handle Benelli in India also look after Keeway. So the dealerships are there, limited, but there.
This is an exciting motorcycle and there is no doubt about that. That V-twin engine right there, it really wins your heart. But like any new company that's commanding a premium for a new experience, it divides the room a little bit. While there are some who'd rather wait it out, there are a few who'd rather take the chance. The real question here is, which one are you? My name is Ishan. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time. But before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell notification icon to stay updated with all the latest automotive content right here on ZigWheels.